Hi everybody and welcome to this week's vlog. Today I've decided to talk about post-holiday and how I've managed while I've been away. So I've been abroad for a week and I just got back early hours this morning, and I got on the scales this morning just to see how my body changed, and I've gained half a kilo, so that's just over a pound. Not a huge amount of weight, but still an increase, and I don't feel great either. I definitely feel softer, I feel fatter, so mentally it's affected me as well. Let's get a few things straight. I went abroad and I'm off season, so first and foremost, it doesn't really matter that much that my diet's not strict or on point. Off season, I'm allowed to be a bit flexible. I want to enjoy food, I want to have that, I want to be able to just sort of go with the flow, as it were. So that's the idea. It was a holiday, so I was there to enjoy myself. I was visiting family, so we had a really great time together. And I don't want to live life like a robot. I want to be able to unwind, relax, and just enjoy food as well. So that's another thing. Thirdly, the food was absolutely amazing. It's not often I get to eat Middle Eastern cuisine. A few times a year I go over. So I thought, take advantage of the fact that I've got this amazing food. And so enjoy it. So that's another thing. And also my training was limited as well while I was away. Just because of where we were staying, it wasn't easy to get to a gym. And I managed to get to a gym once in the week I was out there. So I did a little bit of damage control by doing some early morning circuits, going for walks. I did a big back session while I was there. But it was really, really difficult. So there is that to take into consideration as well. The thing is, the better shape I can stay in, the easier it is for me, and the better I feel. So, like I've said before, it really is a mental game, dieting. And although I do go on holiday and want to enjoy myself, I don't want to have, to come back and feel absolutely awful, and I don't want to have to do that much damage control. I mean, obviously any damage I do is reversible. If I get a little bit of fat, I just have to bring it in, rein it in, and keep as lean as I can. But yeah, so that's that. I want to sort of feel in control, and the way I can do that is by just keeping it as tight as I can and just trying to stick to some sort of plan. I don't know about you, but when I'm faced with a big meal or something that I'm not prepped for or planned for, I have the very best intentions, and I think it's going to be okay. I'll be strong. I'll say no to the bread, and I'll do everything that needs to be done. But it never works like that. It's always 10 million times harder when it actually comes to it. Especially if people are drinking wine, or there's the bread basket, there's the dips, and there's all the really nice stuff. It's really, really hard to resist sometimes. As well as all the sweets and chocolates and things like that. That's my biggest weakness. So there is that. The other thing is I've got a huge appetite, so I think about food a lot. I can eat a lot. And also the weather out there was awful, so there were storms every day, so we couldn't actually get out much. We were in the house a lot, and I find that if I'm sitting around and I'm a bit bored, I do think about food even more. So I did find it really, really tough. It hit me a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, actually. I did have things like my protein powder with me, which helped a lot, because obviously if I got a sweet craving, I could just go and mix up a protein shake. So that was useful, but it was very, very difficult, much harder than I thought it was going to be. So what I did is I actually wrote down on my phone every time I ate something that was off plan. I wrote it down just so I could keep a list and just see how well I was doing. So I've got my phone here, so I'll read it off. So I've got down 1 chocolate, 2 mini almond biscottis, 1 piece of Nutella cake. Now there is a story about the Nutella cake. It was my mum's birthday, and I had to bake her a cake, so I had to go to the shops and find whatever I could to put a cake together. Being in the middle of nowhere in the Middle East, I didn't have a lot of choice, so I found some Nutella and some cake mix, some really naff cake mix, and some Maltesers. So I just sort of bunged it all together and made her a cake. So I had a piece of that to celebrate her birthday. Sort of felt like I needed to. I had half a piece of semolina cake. That was from the neighbours. They'd made it and they were like, oh, you have to try. So I was like, okay, give me a little bit. So I had half a piece of a small piece of that cake. I had 5 gummy sweets. I went past the pick and mix shop and got really excited and decided to fill a bag full of sweets. I managed to have 5 and then give them to my family to eat, so that was not too bad. I had 1 gin and tonic while we were out at the meal. And then I had about approximately 2 pieces of pita bread. Obviously, the Middle East, they're big on their hummus and their dips and stuff like that, so you kind of can't really get away from it. It's really difficult. And then I had some milk in various cups of tea and coffee. So all those things I wouldn't normally eat. And at the time, I thought I did really, really well. I was really impressed with myself. I thought, I've managed to... Because my family have a chocolate addiction, there was biscuits and chocolates everywhere, the whole time I was there. So I thought I'd done really, really well to dodge them all. But actually looking at that list, I feel like I've done pretty awfully. I feel like I failed. But the thing is, it's happened. It's not awful. I did enjoy my holiday, and that's what I wanted to do. So I think that's the main thing. I'm not going to stress about it. I think it's important that if you do go off plan, just don't stress about it. Just, all the damage is reversible. We know how to diet. We've done it a million times. You just have to get back onto a strict plan and be focused, and the results will come. So obviously there was a lot of things as well that made it difficult. My mum's birthday was one. Don't mean to put the blame on her, but obviously it was her birthday, so I wanted to make her a cake, and then it's so difficult to bake and not lick your fingers, and then I was sort of obliged to have a piece as well to celebrate her birthday. So that was difficult, and that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't her birthday. Also the fact that the food is meze style, so we have lots of different mini dishes, and you sort of all dip in and enjoy it. I found that really hard, because obviously there's no portion control. Normally if you go to a restaurant, you get a meal and you know how much you've eaten. But with this, it was really, really difficult, because I'd have a little bit here and then I'd have a little dip there, and before you know it, you've probably eaten way too much, and you haven't, you don't really have any idea of how much. The other thing as well, it's very, very difficult because you don't know how the food's been prepared. There's oil in everything. I mean, granted it's healthy olive oil, but it's 100 calories a tablespoon, and it was just everywhere. I have no idea how much I could have possibly consumed. What I did do was I tried to keep to a calorie count, so it was a lot of guesswork, but I did try and keep within my calorie count. That was a bit disadvantageous in a way, because it meant my protein had to come down, because I was eating so much, I thought I was eating so much oil and so much fat. I had to sort of sort the macros out so that I could stay within the count. Admittedly, calorie count isn't ideal, but it's the only thing I felt that was the easiest way to keep on top of it, easier than sort of guessing macros and stuff. So I just thought, as long as I try and stick to my calorie count, that might help tide me through. So there is that. And also, just my family are chocoholics, absolutely. So there's biscuits everywhere, chocolates everywhere all the time. So it does take a lot of willpower just to avoid it all, basically. So where to go from here? I'm going to get back straight onto my plan again. I'm going to get back into training, so I'll be doing lots more training. Like I said, it was really, really, my training was quite poor while I was away, just because I didn't have the chance to get anywhere. I did the home circuits, but there's nothing like a really good heavyweight session. So I'll get back into my training again, and then what I'll do is I'll weigh in next week, and I'll see if there are any changes, and also how I feel. I mean, I definitely feel softer. I don't know how much water you can retain from things like that, or from flying, from the flight as well. So there's lots of factors, and it's not it's not devastating at all. So I'm just going to get back onto it and see if I can reverse any of the damage that I've done, and just see how I go from here, really. So that's everything for this time.